So it's probably fair to say this lady's had better weeks. Miss Sandi Thom's been in the national press for releasing a video that kind of went viral after having a go at some radio stations and some radio companies for not allowing her brand new song on the playlist. So please welcome to the show the fantastic, and I'm a massive fan, I know Chubby is as well, to the lovely Miss Sandi Thom. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello, how the devil are you?
I'm doing okay, yeah. I've had a busy few days, the last few days.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's been a bit mad.
First of all, I've got to say a big thank you from everybody in North Derbyshire for last week's Chesterfield Borough Council's firework extravaganza. You rocked it. You were fantastic, so a big thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good fun. It was actually my now still unborn baby boy's first ever live gig.
Do you know, I think we'll start by saying, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's been a bit of a mad few days, but I'm doing good. We're all doing good. Me and the baby's fine, and the dog's fine. And
you and little bump and dog, yeah.
Yeah, and hubby's fine, and yeah, we're all just having a good few days.
To sort of reintroduce you to the people in North Derbyshire, since I think it's probably fair to say the last major hit that you had in the UK was obviously I Wish I Was a Punk Rocker. Now, you know I love that song because I pester you all the time to sing it on Periscope. So firstly, I apologise for that. But it is
That's true. No, you're all right. Don't worry. I went on to make another album with Sony, Pink and the Lily. And then since then, made 3 albums independently. And I made, interesting records that maybe weren't as mainstream. And worked with some great people in Nashville and LA and
brilliant.
And all over the world. And I've just toured and toured and toured. And I've actually been living out in the States for the last 5.5 years. Only recently I've moved back to the UK. Yeah, and I got married in September.
Fantastic.
6 months pregnant.
Oh, congratulations.
And then I just finished the 6th album now. So yeah, lots has been going on, to be honest, lots and lots.
Has it always been in your mind to come back to the UK and try and not break the English charts, because you've done that, you've been there, you've worn the T-shirt, but sort of reintegrate yourself back into the UK charts? Has it always been on your mind to come back home?
I mean, I never really left, because obviously I'm from Scotland, my family's here, my husband's from Yorkshire. Just the circumstances recently, with the baby and then married, and my husband works here, and I've just been making music just for the sake of making music. My circumstances in life changed a lot, and I'd come out of a very long relationship where my other half at the time was very much the centre of our universe, if you like. So it kind of just led me into this place where I had freedom again to do what I wanted to do, and I thought, well, I've only got myself to think about now, and and then the journey through making that record, I met Matt and fell in love, and I fell pregnant, and now I'm back in the UK.
And life's good.
It's just life that's brought me back, really.
Do you sort of miss them days of being a top 10 selling artist and while you were living abroad? Did you miss them days?
I don't know if, that's all that it's cracked out to be honest.
Right.
And there are other things that can sometimes be a lot more satisfactory than are satisfying even than those moments. Yeah, I mean, there's a magic in that moment. It's a great empowering feeling. So all the rest of it doesn't really matter. Like all the cars and the red carpets and all that. My joy comes from my family and my husband and my friends and the music. You could be in the smallest venue in the smallest little town in the middle of nowhere and have the best concert of your life. So it doesn't really matter,
So a couple of days ago, I logged on to my Facebook, because I follow you on Facebook and things like that, and I was having a look through, and then all of a sudden a little video popped up. And I thought, what's this? I thought, what is this video? So I clicked on it, and it was a very emotional Sandi Thom on a video. For the people that have not seen it, we played a clip earlier, and I sort of want to talk about it. Can you explain why, really?
It's, without going into massive detail about what my circumstances were surrounding that video, anybody out there can relate to, like, having massive disappointment. And, anybody out there, no matter what business you're in or what, if you're grafting away for ages and ages and ages, for years on end, and you just hope that somebody, or one particular person or group or whatever are going to give you a break, and they don't, and they don't, and they continue not to, and they continue not to, and you keep trying, and you keep trying. Everybody knows what it's like to try, and then be let down again. So, in that moment, I basically, you could say I just had an outburst, a very emotional, real, honest, raw, heartfelt outburst. And, I just posted. I hit post.
So just to explain to people what the video features in it, it's sort of you obviously very upset, and you've just found out that certain radio companies and certain radio stations have not allowed your brand new song, which is Earthquake, to be added to their playlist. Now, the way that it works, people that don't know, is that obviously you as an artist get told whether or not that your song is going to be added to the company's playlist, and that's how people hear it on the radio. That's the decision that gets made. Now, your song has been refused by certain companies, certain radio stations, and they're not playing it. We are playing it. But knowing your experience that you've got in the music industry, did you know the response that you were going to get from the video?
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, it's not something that you consciously think about. When you're upset and you're emotional, and I'm 6 months pregnant, so... Yeah. It's just a knee-jerk thing that I did, I was sat on my toilet in the bathroom, and I was desperately disappointed. Well, I wanted to share it, when you feel really crap. Of
course.
And you want to just speak to someone. And the only person that was in the room at the time was my dog. I just wanted to share it with people, the fact that as much as the music industry, on the face of it all this stuff going on, but really actually behind closed doors, and if you do what I do and you play the independent game, yeah, it can be gut-wrenching sometimes the way that major corporations can let you down because you're not a superpower or you don't belong to a big label or whatever. I wanted just to say it out loud.
Would it not be easier to write a song that sounds very similar to punk rocker and probably get airplay right the way across the United Kingdom and probably get in top 10 of the charts?
Yeah, but what you don't know about punk rocker is that the year before that, I independently released that song, and nobody would play it on the radio. I independently released punk rocker in 2005, and it went to 55 in the UK charts. That was under my label. And the reason I did it is because of the fact that, again, I couldn't get playlisted. I couldn't get any love from radio, because punk rocker is a by all intents and purposes, it's a strange song. It's a cappella. It has no real instrumentation, and it's a really strange title. Now, the only reason that people played it afterwards was because of the fact that I had to find another way to create exposure. Then people wanted to play it. Then labels wanted to sign me. So it doesn't work like that, I'm afraid.
Just rewinding a little bit, something that you said that sort of stuck in my mind. When you said that you feel as though you might have been let down by a few radio stations and radio groups, is it that? Or is it that it's just tough? Because I can imagine that there's... How can I word this? People that are probably trying to break into the music industry now that are listening saying, do you know what, it's just bloody tough. And sometimes you get a knockback and sometimes they won't play your songs.
It is tough. It definitely is tough, but it was tough 10 years ago when I was a breakthrough artist. And for the last, I've been doing this since I was 14. There's a lot wrong with the industry. You could take this in a generic global sense, and you could talk about the same thing in so many different ways, in so many different, trades and industries, where there's things that go on that are corrupt, where they're biased towards certain people or products or whatever. So what I'm talking about is pretty much what most people out there could relate to, but the music business is not any different. And I think because you're working with like a creative product, because it's something that any of those people that are in the creative industries, because it's something that you've created from the heart, it's like it hurts so much more. The rejection is tough. I'm not in any way entitled or special, and I don't feel that way. That I don't think I'm the most genius singer-songwriter out there. By no means. There's loads of people out there that go through the same process as me week after week and feel the same disappointment. The the response, ironically, to this video has been serendipitous in the sense that it has actually provoked so many people to come out and say, do you know what, I totally get it. I mean, there's lots of people that are like, oh, shush now, you bubbling, whinging, whatever, you know, which is fine. It's fine. It's no problem. I don't mind whatever people say. But the fact is, loads of people have come and said, oh, do you know what, like, kudos to you for actually telling the truth.
Right then, so you've got a brand new song. It's called Earthquake. Tell me about it.
Well, it was written out of a painful breakup, basically.
Okay.
I went through a huge breakup last year with my ex of 5 and a bit years. It was something that I never saw coming. It was something that he instigated, and like I said, it was completely out of the blue, totally floored me, never saw it coming. So it was this, you know, the song is basically just about that moment where I'm sure there's lots of people out there who have experienced it, where, you know, you just get that, Dear John. For me, you know, it's unfortunate, but, you know, in these moments, it's probably when you write some really inspiring stuff. And, you know, Earthquake, I just wanted to find something that could describe the moment that, you know, the moment of that disaster, and then and then the aftermath, and then the rebuild of your life. And I just figured Earthquake was such a great metaphor for that kind of, you know.
It's a really deep song then, with real meaning to it then, just.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%, yeah.
So it's out now, is it?
No, it's not out now. It's out on the 27th of November, but you can pre-order it just now. So
it's out on the 27th of November. Where can people pre-order it from? Is it available on iTunes? And
all the usual places, yeah. iTunes. You can stream it on Spotify as well. I shot a really cool 360 video, it's called. It's like really brand new technology.
Wicked.
I'm always up for new technologies, so I shot this video in someone's attic. It's brilliant. So basically, you go to YouTube app, and then search Sandi Thom Earthquake. And it's like an interactive experience. You can sort of be in the room with me. Good fun. It's good fun. I've never made a video pregnant before, so it was a little bit challenging. But
I hope you showed it off.
It's a baby
bumping.
You can't really hide it.
Well, no, that's a good point. So is Earthquake on this album, or is it going to be on your 7th?
No, Earthquake is on this album. It's the first single from the album.
And the album's called
Weapons of Past Destruction.
Well, listen, all the best for the new single, all the best for the album as well. I'm sure it's going to be brilliant. We're going to play Earthquake now. Gav's already played it on his show this morning. It sounded great. So,
brilliant. Well, thanks a lot for all your support, and to the station as well, and to everybody out there that has bought it or pre-ordered it, or, you know, sent me a nice message on Twitter or anything like that. You know, thanks very much. It means the world to me.
All the best for little Bubba as well.
Thank you.
By the way, Craig's a great name if you're looking for names. unless it's a girl. That's...
We're still on the name process. So.
All the best for 2016, and thank you ever so much for being as honest as you've been today. You're a little star, so thank you for that.
Oh, thank you very much.